So this game, Tower of God Great Journey. So this is going to be a game that is very specific and unique. As you can see, this is the gameplay, right? This is me playing in the live stream a couple of years ago. 2 years ago to be precise, right? So there's 2 Tower of God game. Alright, Great Journey is going to be the first one. And in case you are wondering how the gameplay or the battle system looks like, let me see if I can show it, right? So this is how it is. It is an idle game. You align the characters accordingly. It's not chibi though, right? You can see like the characters are full size. That's going to be the combat. Right, it's quite idle to the point that you basically only tap on the skills when you can use the, certain skills. But this is pretty much the combat system. So I do think that the combat system is a little bit janky. It's alright, it's nothing crazy, nothing revolutionary, right? And I feel like that's going to be what it is. Now for a lot of people, for a lot of players, this is not going to be something that they are looking forward to, I guess, right? But I think the art is inconsistent. Some characters look good, some characters looks a bit off. I don't know, is it because like they have a different art style across different one? It's autoplay. Yeah, mostly it's autoplay. You roll for the characters, etc, etc, and then you climb the tower. And again, I feel like the game is okay. It's not that bad, but sadly, right here you can see they announce EOS. EOS, alright? So this is GM Hedon from Tower of God Great Journey. Due to external circumstances, the service will be discontinued. That's it. That's it, like no complications. Just straightforward. We're no longer going to continue the game. Discontinue. No more service. End of service. Okay? EOS. Many games AOS should have known. So again, with games like this, now there's one more Tower of God game actually, right? This one is the Great Journey is the other one. So there's one more that released later on. That one is still there. Hopefully. Maybe when you have 2 Tower of God games, it might cannibalize one another for the audiences, right? Things like this may happen. So let's see. They did make some announcement before this on June 10, right? They basically say there will be a Destiny Summon Approaching Fate 7-day login event, right? And then the update so far has been consistent, it seems, right? They have always had patch notes. Actually, can I look at the patch notes? I guess you have to go to a different website to look at the patch notes, but it seems like they just roughly list what kind of events that the game has. Why do studios not put effort into these anime gachas? When GuitarRock brought out a game that he once played a long time ago, it's a bad sign. Why is it a bad sign? Never trust anime IP games. Now I think this game is it's fine, right? But Tower of God, the problem is I think it relies on the IP itself, right? It relies on to be carried by the IP. And I like this girl, Yuriha, right? I'm sure everybody, if you watch the manhwa or whatever, you know. But the truth is, like, I feel like a lot of these games, they don't put as much effort is because the IP. And it's also going to be the IP. The IP is going to be the bread and butter, right? It's going to be the it's like the advantage is going to be the IP itself. Hopefully the IP can carry you. But I feel like that's going to be the limitations as well. Because what can you do if the IP has limited characters and rosters, right? Like I remember Konosuba has a gacha game. It runs into that problem. What can you do in a Konosuba gacha game, right? So what they did is they tried to introduce same characters but different outfits, different variants. For example, like you have like Megumin, and then you get swimsuit Megumin later on, and then there's summer Megumin, and then there's dress Megumin. But at that point, it's kind of fatigue because you're always getting the same kind of character but different variant. I feel like the limitations is because of the IP itself. You cannot introduce new characters into the IP, right? That's why if a character is like, if an anime is like not like Dragon Ball where it's like going on for years, I think Dragon Ball, One Piece, you can do a lot of characters. But if the anime is like a short anime, like let's say like Demon Slayer, for example, people have asked before, why not do a Demon Slayer gacha? I don't think it will be successful because there's not enough characters in that. Even One Punch Man struggle, right? One Punch Man, the problem is the IP itself is too focused on maybe Saitama and Genos, right? The rest of the characters like Tatsumaki, like she barely have any screen time in the anime itself, so it's hard for you to feel anything for her when she appears in the game. Yeah, I think that's going to be probably the biggest problem, right, for a lot of these IP games. They copied Blue Archive. Maybe they did a little bit, but at the end of the day, my point is the limitation is going to be going to always be there, right? You can have character variations, but it's not as exciting as having original characters. Also, it limits the story, right? Unless you can write your own story, because most of it, this kind of anime gacha IP, their story is the same as the, like, even if you guys played Solo Leveling, if you watch the manhwa, or I mean you read the manhwa or you watch the anime, it's the same thing, right? So you are playing the game, so it's the same thing. So you are literally doing the same thing again. So you don't get new experience, right? You don't really get new experience. Wait, what am I checking out right here? Oh, I'm checking out a different game. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the main issue, right? I don't think that this is going to be what limits it. Let me see if I can, I got later into the game, and is there any differences, right? So you level up to the floor, and then you basically move up in the ladder, and that's pretty much what it is, right? Solo Leveling gacha has brand new characters, they are mostly girls. Konosuba game story is a bit different from the anime. It is a bit different, but I feel like they are being limited, or they are being what is the word, suppressed by the IP, because the IP probably don't allow them to be too creative, or don't allow them to change things. They are basically, you know that they are playing it safe. Like it's different from like other characters or other games where, you know, like characters can die and then there's new characters, and then like there's more fluidity to it. And I think that's going to be the biggest problem, right? Anime IPs are too PG friendly. You want to see huge lollies? Yeah, I do agree as well, right? There's always going to be that complication. And also, you might not attract... I think the problem is also like, it's hard for you to get a game that's really good, because a lot of these games rely on the IP, because they know that the IP is famous. Like Tower of God literally have like what, 10 billion manhwa readers or something, right? Literally, right? A lot of people have heard of this title before. So knowing that, they probably like doesn't put as much effort, probably, right? Yeah, again, all of this issue is going to be a little bit sad, and this game is a little bit sad to see what it is. So you can still refund if you want to, but the game is going to shut down. And I'm surprised that the Twitter didn't have more stuff. Server address issue below. They did still post from time to time, but nothing crazy right here, right? A little bit unfortunate, but yeah, one less gacha game.